Do you think it's a talent to bring you together, to look into matters of your welfare? I think in the course of the day you'll be able to interact with them. We had a wonderful session yesterday. The chairman was able to launch that constitution. We witnessed. I was given one copy so that I take it back to the board and we keep it there because it was the first function of its kind concerning auctioneers since independence. Can you clap for this? I want to announce that we have a rapporteur for this function. Her name is Damaris Luko. She's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, currently serving as a researcher in the Court of Appeal, and she gladly agreed to come and cover atrocities. She covered atrocities yesterday and she'll be here the whole day. Please clap her. Well, I do not want to take any more time. I want to take this opportunity to welcome the board chairman, Honorable Mr. Justice, was allowed to make certain remarks and invite our chief guest, then we'll go on. Please just give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Secretary. Distinguished guests, Judge Emukule, President Jan Nakuru, board members who are present, Chief Magistrate, Mr. Mungai, Mr. Rino, Assistant Inspector General, distinguished guests, my brothers and sisters, good morning. Habari zenu, the first time we're meeting this year, and I'm glad to see a full house. And that is very, very encouraging, particularly for our guests of honor, to see that our auctions are treated very seriously. We are glad to be in Nakuru again for our auction, and the attendance is overwhelming. I don't know if it's because of the centrality of the town, or is it because of the good things that we have to offer, but anyway, I think we are really at a board. I think we're very happy to see you. I want to start by thanking our guest today, the judge. As you know, it is vacation. When I called him, and I told him, Judge, we have a function where we called the auctioneers from all over the country to attend the auction. He was very willing to attend. He cut short his holiday in Teso, I don't know where he was, to be here with us. So I think he deserves a big happy clap for taking that time. You know, judges take their vacation very seriously. And for him to have decided to come here, judge, being at the board, we are very, very grateful. And of course, also for Wino, in the middle of their transfer to Niwa. And also the board members who are present. For the benefit of our guests of honor, these are auctioneers from all over the country, different classes. As part of the function of the board, apart from only issuing licenses, we also train them. And those members are called auctioneers. Part of the training is all the sessions like this, where we get speakers to talk to them on several issues. Apart from the judge, we are also grateful to have Mr. Owino with us. I'm sure we'll be able to share with us as well the experience and police that help us to tackle some of the teething problems that we have with the police orders. Secretary, I said yesterday, we had a very, very lovely evening where the Rift Valley engineers planned their Madalani self-help group. I recall when I was here, I told that challenge to them, and I'm glad that it was taken up. I think I will connect with the squad of the secretary that we need to have similar groups in their regions, if not one group for all of you, because at the end of the day, you're all auctioneers. You do the same work wherever you are, whether you're in Mombasa, Garissa, or wherever. So I think that is something that we need really to encourage, even as we congratulate taking the lead. On behalf of the board, I'm very, very happy, and we wish you all the best. So today, as you can see, we started a bit late, and because of the huge number that we had here. I'll perhaps make a few comments about the resident judge so that you get to know him better. Judge Emukule, Kenya Emukule, has been in practice for the last 41 years, before many of us were born. Certainly, from what I heard yesterday, our secretary was not born yesterday then. He has been a judge for 10 years. He has served in the Commercial and Constitutional and Judicial Review Division of the High Court in Nairobi. He has served as a resident judge in Meru, and is currently the resident judge in Nakuru. He was admitted to the bar, like I said, 41 years ago, having graduated from the University of Dar es Salaam. And I know that before he joined the judiciary, he was in private practice, running a very exemplary farm. So I think we could not have got a better person to talk to us today. And having worked with you, having worked in Nakuru, I'm sure you have one or two things that you want to tell us about the practice of auctioneers in Nakuru. But basically, having also been in the debate for a long time, we may have also something to tell us about what you had experienced in other stations. So with those few remarks, it's now my pleasure to invite Hon Justice Emukule to give us his address and open the function.
The Chair, the apologies, yes, Honorable Chief Magistrate, right? Members of the board, can you hear me? Can you?
1, 2.
Good morning. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you. Once again, Chairman of the Licensing Board, Honorable Justice Emukule, Honorable Chief Magistrate, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Charles Sawina, the OCPD, this area, members of the board, all protocols observed. Good morning again. I will not talk about the Auctioneers Licensing Board. They're experts on that. Can you hear me at the back? I'll talk about the judiciary. Judiciary, as today, has 4 pillars of transformation. Judiciary is people-focused. It has a transformative leadership under the able hands of Chief Justice William Otunga, Doctor. It's got an organizational culture and it's largely comprised of very, very professional staff. I can tell you that fear of contradiction. The great majority of our cadres today in the magistracy are men and women who hold master's degrees in law and various other fields. We have several, in fact, who hold doctorate degrees. So you've got a very, very professional and forward-looking judiciary. A judiciary that is intended to be independent has to have adequate financial resources and fiscal infrastructure. In any future development, we should be able to have, Honorable Justice, allow room for representatives of the Auctioneers Board within the court precincts. It does not make economic sense. Certainly, it's poor rate of return to higher buildings at large, which cannot accommodate the key elements of the justice sector. That regard also is a key pillar of the judiciary to enhance the use of technology for the dispensation of justice. Can you hear me at the back?
Yes.
In the past, until the passage of the through the budget, much to see, still going through that vetting. And through that cleansing, you truly have, or ought to have, a dedicated judiciary. A key pillar in opening the openness of the judiciary is a body that ought to be taken extremely seriously. It is called the National Council for Administration of Justice. Until now, I do not know whether members of your board are members of that body. I think they probably should be. I can say a very, very large body here. The National Council of Administration of Justice brings together all members of the justice sector. A lot of times, particularly my friends in the fourth estate, cameramen here, say the judiciary has released a very common criminal. He was just released by the judiciary the other day. He was just reported to the police and the police released him or her. Hence the rate of crime we have. What we often forget is the fact that under a new constitution, we have fundamental rights, particularly the rights to an arrested person. He is to be brought to court within 24 hours and is entitled to bail. Under your current constitution, there is no difference between an act of terrorism, an act of murder. All offenses are bailable. Okay? You want to change that, go to do the right thing. Do not lay the blame entirely on the arrested judge or Inspector General of Police or Mr. Lelenko. It's a collective effort. Either it's a collective success or it's a collective failure on all of us when we pass that constitution saying that all offenses are bailable. Very clear. So, the National Council for Administration of Justice brings together all the key elements in administration of justice. Chaired by the Chief Justice of Kenya. Membership includes Inspector General of Police, or the Police Service Commission, includes the Chief Legal Advisor to the Government of the Republic of Kenya, that's the Attorney General. It includes the Director of Public Prosecutions, or respective representatives. It includes the Commissioner of Prisons, includes the Chairperson of the Law Society of Kenya, which is charged with assisting all of us in interpretation of the law and administration of justice. It includes the Principal Secretary, the Cabinet Office. It includes the Principal Secretary in charge of gender issues and children's issues. It includes the Principal Secretaries for Labor, Matters of Environment and Land, for their representatives. You know, in this region particularly, it's also true of the coast. Land issues, perennial issues, extremely sensitive issues, etc. And yet, when courts issue orders, you, organization, your members are required to implement those orders. I'll talk about that a little later. Membership of the National Council also includes the Director of Probation Services, members of the women representatives, children affairs, the private sector, non-governmental organizations, and of course the chief registrar of Kenya is the secretary of that body. So a key element in the administration of justice is not just judicial officers, because those are people who process claims, etc. But for policy direction, the Council of Administration of Justice is extremely important. It is an all-inclusive body. It incorporates all elements that are likely to meet in the administration of justice, whether crime or ordinary civil litigation. Now, the core values which we put a lot of emphasis in the judiciary are these: accountability, integrity, humility, fairness, and professionalism. I start at the bottom. Under the Auctioneers law, every licensed auctioneer is required to abide by the terms of the Auctioneers Act, the Auctioneers rules, and keep certain timeliness in the execution of the warrants, etc. Your members, you people, are the last bit, the last cog in the administration of justice. You got professional, that means you must keep to the timeliness provisions of the law. 2, you got to be very, very fair. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, sorry. I think we'll need to look at the Auctioneers Act carefully. It allows for valuation, etc., of a debtor's assets. Okay? But a lot of times, what do our members do? I owe the bank $500,000 shillings. I'm in serious financial straits. You come to my house, got a sofa set the other day for maybe from ART, put a value on it, 5,000 bob. My digital TV, 2,000 bob. My stools, it's not a laughing matter. But this is what we do. Because this is what I see when your matters come before me or before judge. Okay? The assets a judgment debtor has, to a large extent, no value at all. No value at all. It is not fair, and that is something that your members need to remember. A judgment debtor has his rights. He has his or her rights, or the company has its rights. A tenant in a building has got a beautiful chief officer's desk with a reclining chair. Go to the Ducat, it's 400,000 shillings. What did we give it to it? If you get it 20, you are lucky. Right? It is simply unfair. You are not being professional. I think we've given sufficient examples as far as fairness is concerned. Humility. Show me the warrant of attachment. No how. Right? I need to see it. Because as auctioneers, integrity. How many times do we see, Honorable Mugai, Honorable boss, colleague, checks that have not been honored from our good members? You sold my property, you failed to remit the sum to the lawyer concerned, and the decree holder still demands money from me. I think it's very, very unfair. It brings our membership into disrepute. And it doesn't matter whether you're serving a Kenyan as a judge, a magistrate, or an auctioneer. A Kenyan deserves the very best in terms of service, very, very fair in all aspects. So I say the debtor still got rights. Ultimately, there are questions of accountability. I give you one last example. You come to my office, we do a proclamation. Even before the 7 days or whatever period is concerned, you cut away my things. You go throw them in some store. First of all, that's an illegal act. Okay? So you come to my court, I order you to remove them. You come back and say my fees have not been paid. Now, if you have been consistent in the dispensation of your duties, that sort of scenario where the court would say, sorry, you acted illegally. Right? So you pay. Right? Ought not to arise. So it is important, let me emphasize, that the auctioneer is at the end of the process of justice. What you do is due process. Is at the end of it all. It is legal. Do it right. You're acting on behalf of the decree holder. He is, or she is, or it is entitled to the fruits of his judgment. But let us not ride roughshod over that little guy called the JD, it's called the judgment letter. He, she, it may rise tomorrow from the ashes of near bankruptcy. Give that person, the JD, the judgment letter, a chance. In conclusion, I repeat, let us hold the auctioneering profession, be accountable. Let's maintain integrity. Let us be open in our operations, be frank, give sufficient time. Above all, let us be very, very fair to the judgment debtor, as much as we are serving the people. Lastly, I had occasion, my friends from Nakuru know, last year we had quite a drama up the Naivasha. We banned people's homes, etc., 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 etc. That's being overtly very, very harsh. Okay? We can do this, we can still achieve the same purposes by doing them slightly differently and remove our people. But they're going to live among us. Let's be fair in the issue of those things. So with those very, very many remarks, for those of you who are from the coast, I can assure you that after Mombasa, Malindi, and Kilifi, next lake resort city or metropolis in Kenya, we are part of Kisumu, is Nakuru, Naivasha. You'll find first-class hotels like this one. Naivasha is the, in fact, it's as good as being in Mombasa. So feel very, very welcome. Charles Owino is here. We're assured of our security. So when you have some time, do look around. You might even buy a few souvenirs from here. Karibuni sana. Asante.